So there is work which had been going on to deal with the general economic stability issues. And therefore, the work ahead of us is the work now to go to the next level, which is to put more money to the pockets of individual Kenyans. How do we do so? We do so by, first of all, making sure that the majority of the economic sectors where the majority of the people of Kenya derive their daily bread, we transform those sectors to make sure that the returns from what they do to get their daily bread are more than what they are earning at the moment. 80% of the people of Kenya derive their daily bread from agriculture, livestock keeping, fisheries, the blue economy, mining, and other aspects of the real sector. Many Kenyans are either farmers or pastoralists or fishermen, isn't it? Or they are engaged in mining. Majority of the people. We are transforming each of those sectors so that we make it possible for those sectors to generate more money to households and to individual farmers, livestock keepers, fisher folk, and so forth and so on. But other than that, and that is what concerns the young men and women before me today, is that we are now that the economy has stabilized, the government is investing in putting in place the support infrastructure that will revitalize agriculture, that will revitalize livestock development, that will revitalize all the sectors of the economy that needs to work. So we are investing in infrastructure, roads, electricity, ICT connectivity. We are investing in building county aggregation and industrial parks in every county, one per county. We are investing in building modern markets where small-scale traders, the mamambogas, the people who do their businesses in the rural areas across Kenya, they stop selling their wares, they stop trading under the sun. They can be able to trade in a decent place. So we are building 400 markets across Kenya. 250 of them right now are already under construction. You'll be seeing us in government, led by the president, either inspecting ongoing works or commissioning complete works in the next few weeks, in the next few months. Because of the way the economy was 2 years ago, the country did not have a way to deal with some of the infrastructure projects that had stalled. Now that we have addressed the macroeconomic variables and we have stabilized the economy, we are going to revive, construct, and complete all stalled road projects across the country. We have money now to increase connectivity, electricity connectivity by 1 million households in the next 20 months. And the works, that last mile connectivity is ongoing. We were here the other day with His Excellency the President to launch some of those projects. And they are happening across Kenya. Therefore, there are opportunities, and there are even more opportunities for graduates in the space of technical and vocational skills. country needs you to support our road construction projects, our electricity connectivity project, our ICT connectivity projects. We are building 1,450 ICT hubs, bigger than the Jitume lab here, which I have seen doing wonders. And on the lab, I have said I am going to multiply the number of computers. The government will provide another 100 computers so that the students here who wants to do a side hustle for ICT and digital jobs can get more space. The community around here, young people, instead of staying in marketplaces, doing nothing, and you're educated, you can use that lab, go online, look for a digital job, and earn some money instead of staying at the market waiting for someone to give you 100 shillings so that you can heckle their opponent. We must transform our young people to a resource for the country, which they are. And for us to do so, we must provide opportunity. And therefore, what we have done, as the minister has said, the education minister and the PS, first of all, we have adjusted the curriculum for vocational and technical training to align it to the needs of industry, so that when you graduate, there is work, there are people who need your skill. Because we have had a curriculum which was just teaching concepts and formulae and principles, but when you graduate, you have the certificate, but nobody needs your skill. So we have revised our curriculum now. That's what the minister and the PS was calling the competency-based education and training curriculum for TVETs. Some of the opportunities we are getting for young people, especially under the labor mobility program, are in areas which we must develop quick courses, short courses, 2-3 weeks, and then you have a skill, you have a certificate that helps you get a job locally and abroad. So we are adjusting the curriculum. But also, we have passed, Cabinet has passed a policy on a policy that allows the recognition of prior learning. There are many skilled people, craftspeople. They can actually put together a table, but they don't have any carpentry qualification. They have some knowledge given by God, some talent. Some have knowledge even in very sophisticated things like automotive engineering. They can repair a car, they can repair a machine. They've never gone to any school. So right now, it is possible for such people to come here at Ollessos National Polytechnic or another TTI offering the course for a very short period, because they already have the knowledge, but they have no papers. So when there are job opportunities, they can't apply because they have no certificate. So they come for a very short period of time, they get their certification, and through what we call recognition of prior learning. The third thing we've done, and again, both the minister and the PS talked about it, the government, I think just 2 weeks ago, the cabinet passed what we call the dual training policy. The dual training policy requires now institutions, including this institution, when they train you, they don't just give you theoretical information and a certificate, and then you go looking for a job after that. Some of the training will happen here, but part of the training will be practical training around in an actual workplace where what you're studying is relevant. You go there for industrial attachment, When you finish, you go there for post-training internship, and eventually many of you will be absorbed to work in those projects. So it is now the policy of the government of Kenya that we will not allow TVETs and institutions within the TVET and vocational training to train theoretical graduates. You must have some experience, practical hands-on experience as part of your requirements before you graduate. And it is the business of government now to look for opportunities where you'll get that experience. We have 8 or 9 places where those attachments are going to be done. I have said, for example, that we are building ICT hubs for 1,450 hubs across Kenya. Those who are in that sector, ICT sector, those will be places for the dual, where the dual training program will be run through. But also, all government of Kenya projects, a road is being constructed, a hostel is being constructed, some hospital is being constructed. They are now going to be training grounds for practical skills for TVET students before they graduate, and even places for internship for TVET graduates before they get permanent jobs. So that is what the government is doing. The markets I talked about, all those are training places. The county aggregation and industrial parks we are building. The special economic zones we are building. We are building one in Eldoret, one in Busia, one in Muranga, one in Nakuru, and one in Kwale. Special economic zones. So we have a lot of projects, even in electricity connectivity. I've already told you, we are rolling out a new program, last mile connectivity, to connect an additional 1 million households in Kenya who now are in darkness. We will light up 1 million new households in the next 20 months. So those projects, we will require internships, industrial attachment for our students. We are also engaging the county government so that also in their projects, they provide that opportunity for both students and graduates of TVET. So, graduates, you are looking at the Deputy President here today and wondering, please, Mr. Deputy President, are you assuring me that I have an opportunity? Are you just saying that it is going to be okay? I want to confirm it is going to be okay. We take youth empowerment and creation of jobs and opportunity for young people so seriously that, as some of the speakers have said, we are creating jobs at home, but we are also creating digital jobs. And thirdly, for those who can't get immediately an opportunity at home or can't get a digital job, we are also out there saying, if you're a young person and you get a job in Dubai, please go and do it. And don't be lied by someone, because there's no difference. If you, for example, are born in Lodwar, okay, or maybe Kisumu. Many people are born in those places, but they work in Nairobi. They have not left where they were born. They are still people from those places, and they go home every 3 months, every 6 months, every year. You can work in Dubai and visit your home every 3 months, every 6 months, every 1 year. In fact, you reach here faster. From Dubai to Nairobi, you are faster in Kenya than someone who works in Mombasa and comes from Kapsabet. And please, we are not sending or exporting the people of Kenya. We are asking them to get a job anywhere. Here, digital, or abroad. So tunasema kazi kwa ground, kazi mtandaoni, kazi majuu. Anywhere. Because when President Ruto was campaigning, his slogan, and the slogan of our party was kazi ni kazi. Si namna hiyo? Kazi kwa ground. We have now construction sites across the country. Across the country, we are putting up a housing program, affordable and social housing program. We are rolling out a massive affordable and social housing program. These are places where many of you, again, are going to find attachment, internship, and jobs. That program alone, housing program, forget about all the other programs I've talked about. Depending on how many projects are ongoing, because some of them are now starting to complete, others are starting, we are engaging between 160,000 and 250,000 young people every day in the housing program. And every day they go home with 1,000 shillings minimum. And it will be like that for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years. But you see, someone will tell you what will happen after the housing program, maybe after 4 or 5 years. By that time, we will have brought new programs. And for a young person, you're better off having a short-term job than no job at all. True or false? Instead of asking our young people to wait until they get a permanent and pensionable job, if there's a job that can help them earn a living daily for a year, for 2 years, please do it as we also look for the long-term job. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Mnakubaliana na mimi? That is the way we transform our country. So we are very clear in our mind. You have heard from this person, the Kenya Maritime Authority CEO. This government has created 5,451 jobs in the maritime industry, seafarers. We want to upscale it to 10,000 every year going forward. The evidence is here. You've heard the KMA CEO saying their jobs. So you wonder who is this person seated with a phone somewhere in a corner, and most likely they have a job themselves, and they are discouraging Kenyan youth from getting a job. If the job the youth is getting is outside the country, they say, don't go, wait here. And then they have a job. So we are telling our young people, and our kazi kwa ground. Kazi kwa ground, the Kazi kwa Ground program involves hiring young people in the government, public sector. We are still hiring. It involves helping the private sector to create more jobs. We are doing that because now, again, the economy has stabilized. Interest rates are coming down. Many businesses will now going forward access credit a little more than before. They'll employ a few more Kenyans. So hiyo yote ni kazi kwa ground. Those who are doing the markets I talked about, the ICT apps, the KIPES, the special economic zone, hiyo yote ni kazi kwa ground. Private sector, public sector. Those in the ICT sector, the digital jobs, hiyo pia ni kazi. Those that get jobs, kazi kwa majuu, pia hiyo ni kazi. You go there, you work, you save, you invest at home. After 5, 6 years, if you want to come back, you come back. This is your country. It's as simple as that. And that's why we are not calling it anymore labor migration. We are calling it labor mobility. Labor mobility means you are from Ollessos, you get a job in Eldoret, that is labor mobility, isn't it? Or you get it in Mombasa, labor mobility. You get it in London, labor mobility. Because when you say labor migration, it appears like you sending people away. So that is the program we have for you young people. Our country is great. Our country has potential. We are depending on you to take this country to the next level. The older people, the principals you see here, ourselves you see here, your parents. We are on notice. Our time is very limited. Our productive time is limited. And this country cannot be sustainable if the young people looking at me today have no future. So we are working hard to make sure you have a better future. But my charge to you, when that future comes, that better future, that future tomorrow, be responsible custodians of the country and its assets, so that your children can also have a country to inherit. I know many young people, they complain about corruption, they complain about I don't know what, but they themselves are just waiting for an opportunity to be corrupt. Yes? So we must condemn intergenerational corruption. Can I repeat that? We must condemn intergenerational corruption. Corruption by the old people is corruption, and it is bad. But also future corruption is bad, because it will destroy our country tomorrow. So be ethical people. Many people will tell you it is possible to be upright and ethical and still make it. Many people. Many people that I know. Yeah? But a few crooked fellows will tell you, oh, you have to take shortcuts. Oh, if you don't take shortcuts, this country is rotten, this country, you know, and it's just a few people somewhere. I know millions, thousands of Kenyans, good people, upright people. They wake up every day, they work hard to put food on the table, they don't steal no money, they don't do anything, they just work hard. And God has blessed them and they have succeeded. That is what I want to ask of you. We will be there to mentor you, to support you, to motivate you, but also it takes two to tango. You must allow to be mentored. You know, we could be offering mentorship, but one of the things that is worrying the country generally now is our moral situation as a country, as a nation. And I say so because I'm talking to young people. You are more powerful than your parents. You are more powerful than us because you have more knowledge than our generation. Because of technology, you have better exposure that we didn't have when we were young. So you have greater potential than all of us. But you must allow to be mentored, because there are things that are not taught in Ollessos National Polytechnic. They are not taught in any university. They are not in the curriculum of any education institution. They are taught in a curriculum in a school called the School of Life. That's where mentorship comes in. Even these MPs you are seeing here, first-time MPs, you can see many of them are very good leaders, and one of the reasons why we invite them to go with us is so that they can also pick one or two things from older politicians like myself and others, so that they don't make, because some things are not, it's not enough that you're an MP, it's not enough that you're a deputy president, it's not enough that you're a PS. There is another curriculum, and it continues for the entire lifetime. It's called the School of Life. So please allow to be mentored, to be helped. Allow suggestions. I say that because I served as the country's security minister the last 2 years. And we had some challenges, especially in our engagement with young people who had very legitimate concerns about how we run government, about corruption, and so forth. But other than the legitimacy of the issues, we are also concerned on how we can change our way of engaging as a country, young people and older people, people in government, people out of government, without violence, hatred, division, and destroying the economy. There must be ways of engaging and telling us the truth without doing those things, without violence, without hatred, without division, and without destroying the economy. And so, we will continue with this conversation. We have a lot of hope in you, young people. We treasure you, we value you. But what I noticed is that some of them who were appearing on the media, they were saying, there's nothing these people can tell us. We know everything. There's nothing we don't know. So it is not possible that you know everything and you can't be told anything, and you are the only one who can tell us everything. It's not possible. It's not true. That old mama, that old mzee who has sacrificed his earnings to pay fees here, struggling, may not have gone to school like you. Doesn't have any certificates. But that person can give you a word that can help you sustain your very powerful qualifications into the future. Let's not be a generation of know-it-all. You know everything. There's nothing I can be told. But I can tell you everything because I have internet and I have Googled. Everything is on Google. Much of that information there is not verified in that Google thing. And number two, there is a school of life, and that curriculum is oral. Like now I'm delivering part of that curriculum now. Even as Deputy President of Kenya, I have to submit to older people who are not deputy presidents, but they are in the generation of my father, and there are things they know that I don't know. Naona young people hawajafurahi sana, but that is the truth. There are a few things that you don't know, and we are not saying you are inadequate. You are very adequate. But there are a few things that will help you now transact with your assets, the qualifications, and become powerful, influential, and consequential. What is the use of having a very, very brilliant electrical engineer who is struggling with suicidal thoughts and want to take away their lives? You would rather not have the qualifications, isn't it? Yeah, there are happier people who have no qualifications. So we must look at the software of the nation. That is my message today to the young people listening to me. As we pursue education, qualifications, jobs, wealth, power, influence, let us pursue virtues that makes us human. Honesty, hard work, discipline, humility, and so forth and so forth. And we will be very, very, very impactful now and in the future. I wish you the best. Nawatakia kila la heri. Today I refused to read a speech because I wanted to say what I have said. If I read the speech which I had, I would not have said what I said. I really hope I have helped someone here. I want to hear it from the young people. I hope I have helped you young people. Have I? Are you happy? I wish you all the best. Na pongezi. Pongezi sana. Pongezi. God bless you and prosper you and make you great people. Shine, impact on the world, influence not just your life, the life of people around you. And history will be very kind to you. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.